Good morning. I'm feeling slightly better this morning, although I'm staying down just to ensure that I don't throw up again. Pregnancy is hard. I'm really excited today to share with you the inspiration behind my style. This is something that so many people have asked me about over the years, and I think whenever you grow up a certain way, you kind of expect everyone to understand where you're coming from. Doesn't work like that, does it? So I used to watch a lot of old black and white movies with Grace Kelly and Audrey Hepburn, Katharine Hepburn, you name it. And I just thought those women were so iconic and elegant and beautiful and also modern at the same time. So you'll see elements of that throughout the dresses I wear, the shoes that I choose. And I want to just give you an example with this shoe that I have. Actually matches the headband that I'm wearing right now. It's one of my favorite shoes. It is called the Perfect Emma Pump. Has this nice low heel that's block. So I didn't realize this until I went to Europe. I used to think that block heels were like really ugly. And then I went to Europe and realized you have to have a block shoe there, because if you don't, you'll just snap your heel off in the cobblestone streets everywhere. And then ever since, I've been a fan of a block heel. And also here, like if you're walking on a sidewalk or something, you could very easily get your stiletto just like ripped off of you. So we don't want any of that. Anyway, so that's a very old world look. And then like you can see this subtle point here. I always choose pointy shoes. You'll notice in those old vintage movies, like Grace Kelly and Audrey Hepburn, they're always wearing pointy toe shoes. Sometimes they're like a rounded point, but they're always a point. What I like about this is it has a double point. This is another vintage shoe look where you have a lower, I'm not sure what this is called, but like a lower toe space. It just gives a very airy, feminine feel. Again, a hallmark of so many of those old movies. That really beautiful, airy, feminine feel. Again, modern, right? It's not like we're dressing like Queen Victoria or something like that, or Empress Sisi of Austria. We're not like drowning ourselves in 10 yards of fabric and like 16 pounds of pearls. But you can see those little feminine touches. Again, having things like fabrics that are printed, I think is a really beautiful way to add excitement into your outfits. I'm not a huge print person. I'm sure you've probably noticed that by now. I am not going to wear tons of stripes or anything like that. But when there is a really beautiful floral pattern, I just can't pass it up. This is actually an old French artist's fabric. Really cool. And in French tapestries, they have pineapples. So you can see there's pineapples in the print of this shoe and also in the matching headband. Just little fun botanical elements like that aren't, you know, it's not so simple as just a bow detail that you would see nowadays. I like something that feels a bit more purposeful, a bit more intricate, slightly more exciting. So yeah, I also want to show you that this has a leather sole. You can see the whole way is leather. Again, this is a very vintage look. But if you have leather without rubber, you will break your neck. So this has a very thin layer of rubber added to it just for a little bit of stability, especially if you have like a rainy sidewalk or something. You don't want to you don't want to break your neck. And the other thing is a lot of shoes from bygone eras were handmade. Again, a lot of the shoes that I'm wearing, pretty much every shoe you see me in is handmade as well. With a lot of arch support. I don't want something that I'm going to be like giving myself back problems in. That to me is not very exciting, not very pretty, not very feminine, and not very elegant. So I was really excited to share that with you. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. You can put them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, because style is something I love. I don't know if I ever talked about this before, but I grew up with a tomboy for a mother. And so, and I also grew up with 5 brothers. So I had all boys, and then my mom was a tomboy. So for me, kind of coming out of that and being very interested in makeup and in dresses and in dressing very feminine, it's just, it's something I've had to learn on my own, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So watching those old movies definitely inspired me, and there's so many amazing artists where you can buy shoes and clothes and jewelry and everything these days that will suit the aesthetic that you're going for. So love that. Hope you have a good day.